Good day. One of my favorite probiotic drinks, besides yogurt, is kefir, and I'm going to show you how I do it. I usually make it every once or twice a week, and the wonderful thing is when I'm not, when I'm busy and I don't have time to make it, I just store the grains, or the mother kefir grains, in a little bit of milk, and it stays in the fridge for weeks. So I'm just going to put it into my jar that I leave on the counter for the kefir. And just to show you the grains up a little close. They're kind of interesting, but I got these grains from a local friend, and sometimes you can see them for sale online or Amazon or places like that, but most people that are selling them, they don't charge. They'll maybe charge you $5 or $10, and then you have your grains that basically last forever. And they do multiply. So the grains that I have here, after about a month, 2 months of making my kefir, will become double. So you can use the extra. You can eat it raw, or you can mix it in with an omelet, or you can mix it in with your smoothies, because these grains, they do multiply. That's why people, that, or you can gift them to somebody else. I've done that before with a friend of mine who's also started making kefir. That's it. I just add fresh whole milk. Don't use the ultra pasteurized milk, or the milk that can stay at room temperature, the ones that are in the cartons, the UHT, ultra heat treated milk, I think it's called. That, it won't really work. It won't work. You need to use, I guess, skim milk, 2% milk, or whole milk, and it's the one that's not ultra pasteurized, or it's just a regular one. And fill it up like this. Put a little piece of, I used to use cheesecloth, but I found just using a little piece of saran wrap keeps the fruit flies away in the summer, and in the winter keeps any yeast air particles from going in and contaminating it. And I'll leave it here on the counter for about a day and a half. In the wintertime, when the temperature of the house is about 22 degrees, it's sometimes it's about a day and a half, yeah. And then you'll see what happens is there's going to be kind of a layer of what looks like yogurt on the top, and that's just the fermented the part. I'll do a follow-up video after 48 hours, and I'll show you the way that it'll look when it's ready, so you get it. Okay, so I'm back. It's been 24 hours, just over that, maybe 30 hours now, and my kefir, I just want to point this out. This is what you want to see on the top layer. So it's kind of like a mousse. This is the fermented part, and under here is the kefir. But this is the trick. With experience, down here on the bottom, there's a little bit of acid whey here. This is the water. When you start seeing that forming on the bottom of your dish, that's why you should use a glass dish. That's the sign that it's time. So what I'm going to do is, I have a mesh, a fine metal mesh sieve. I'm just going to pour my kefir through it. And then I have a tablespoon, which helps me to get the rest through. I've seen a recipe where they've actually added milk at this stage, and they called it the sweetest kefir. That's another I've tried. I started doing my recipes with that. That basically means I did this, I fermented it, and it was actually half water, half kefir in the dish. At the end of the fermenting, and it would take 2 days. So after straining that version, you're supposed to add another equal parts of fresh milk, and you just refrigerate it and it's good to drink. But I stopped doing that. I went to a more authentic way of doing it. Not to say that wasn't good, but I find this one maybe has higher concentration of probiotics. So these are my precious grains, which all I do is I'm going to transfer them here. If I want to make more kefir for tomorrow, well then I'll just clean this jar out and then add more milk to it and leave it on the counter for another day and a half. But for now, I'm just going to add some milk to my grains. You see this? Just a little bit of milk, just like swimming in it, and that's going to keep them fresh. Now I'm going to put a plastic wrap over it, and then I'm going to keep it in the refrigerator until my next batch. All right. So now all I have to do is mix this in a little bit, and then I'll carefully over the sink pour it back into here. And then what I found out a few months back is that if I add the skin of lemon or orange, I've tried it with strawberry, that also gives a beautiful flavor. You have some nice strawberries. You really only need this much, and then I'll cut into the zest to let the essential oils come out, and I'll just drop it in like that, and that's really it. When you refrigerate this, it's better to drink when it's cold, and it'll become a little thicker. So that's my kefir recipe. Enjoy. I'll do a follow-up on the cold version of the kefir. So you notice I put the lemon zest in. At this point you can leave it in. I go through this usually in about 3 days. So I don't mind the citrus flavor just kind of becomes a little bit more pronounced. But if you want, you can just take it out at this point, as it's been there for about 6 hours now, and just dispose of it. So yeah, I just wanted to give you a sense of the texture. And it does get slightly thicker in the refrigerator over the course of the next 3 days. Day 3 it becomes the thickest, but usually it's all gone by day 3. And here's how it looks when we pour it out. Yeah, there you go. And the flavor, amazing. If you enjoy yogurt, you'll definitely enjoy kefir, full of probiotics, and with this little trick of doing a second ferment with the lemon zest or even strawberries, you increase the amount of bacteria. The probiotics increase a little bit more than just what you would normally have, and at the same time you're giving it a nice flavor. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you try this recipe, and if you have any questions you can leave it in the comment bar. Good luck, all the best.